Well, I think Hulk is, one of two or three guys that are the most famous um, people to ever be around, part of, or participate in the history of WWE. The others being, my estimation, Steve Austin and The Undertaker. So the three of them, I think, stand out more than anybody I can think of. So anytime I had an opportunity to wrestle Hulk, I looked at it as being an opportunity to be in the ring with the flagship of the WWE, and as I did when I wrestled Steve or the Undertaker. I mean, I could list four or five other guys too, but he was the as Jay Strong will call him, the Golden Goose, and he represented everything that the company wanted, and not only competed at the highest level, he was the Make-A-Wish King long before it was recognized as much publicly as it is. He took time for the kids at every show, and he worked hard, and he just represented it. So I was thrilled to even be in the to even have the opportunity to work against him. Well, I think Booker T could wrestle right now. He stays in phenomenal condition. I don't think he has any injuries that I'm aware of. I see him all the time that could keep him out of the ring. He had a phenomenal career, not only as a in a tag team with his brother, but obviously individually he excelled. Tremendous athlete, tremendous guy, a heart of gold, and someone that I really enjoyed. And it wasn't in the ring with him that much. Um, he was more involved with Harlem Heat when I was still wrestling, actively. So I've probably only been in the ring with Booker, maybe a half a dozen times. But he's just another guy that stands out as one of the great professionals, and he continues to be that role model type guy that you look up to, and just a great all around guy, great father, great husband, um, and just a great guy to be in the ring with professionally. Tremendous performer. It's not arguably anymore. Shawn is the greatest worker in the history of our business. I think everybody will give that to him. In ring performer, that's what the word is. For me, I can't. He carried me at that, my farewell, my retirement match. And no matter how many people want to think that I was, holding up my end of it, I wasn't. I was trying to get through it. I mean, I obviously was very happy to be there, but I just at that point in my career did not have the self confidence that I needed to have to really rise to the occasion. And he made it look like I did, and I was operating at full strength, which I wasn't. And I've looked back, and I've actually had time the last couple of years, and especially the last year with COVID, to watch some of Shawn's matches that he had while I was with WCW, and his interviews. And Shawn just really just is a class act, and he was for my money, in the ring. I put he and Ricky Steamboat in a class by themselves, and I always like being around Shawn. As far as a guy in the ring, I don't think I've ever seen anybody better. He exemplifies more probably than anybody I've mentioned, because he's not only a great performer, he has studied the business. He's a historian. Um, he probably knows more about the business than I do, and I've been in it, 30 years longer than he has, or 20 for sure. And but he came into it with the knowledge of it, um, that I hadn't seen anybody at his age come into the business with. He was respectful of everybody, and it was just fun to see someone that just loved to be in the ring and loved the business. He's become a great worker, but he also has taken that wisdom, and he's become an intricate part of the WWE, the company. Um, and it's not because he's married to Stephanie. He's accomplished all this, through his efforts. And of course, Stephanie shares the same love that he does. But he's ascended himself to a place of not just being a great worker. He's helped to impact the company with the growth of NXT, helping to see young guys get the opportunity to make the main roster, working with people on a daily basis. And, and he's, one of my two or three best friends. And I just saw him Monday at Raw, or at the pay-per-view, at TLC, and had a nice talk with him. And we remain very close. At any time I have a chance to see him, his kids are getting older, and he's finding out what it's like to have to go to work and be away from your family. And he basically lives the kind of schedule we did in the old days, because he's gone, probably 4 days a week from his family. It's hard, but he's done it both ways. He wouldn't have it any other way. If he's left out of a meeting, I'm sure he's upset. He won't miss anything, and he's always wanting to see the company grow. And I'm actually hoping to see him have a huge retirement match, if he even elects to retire in the near future. He deserves every bit of it, and all the recognition to go with it. Um, I I can I first of all, I'm complimented, and to even be in the conversation is a compliment. I mean, there's so many people that would want that kind of recognition. I'd be a liar if I didn't say I like getting it. As a matter of fact, I love to hear it. But I am so focused on my daughter's career right now, and to see what she has accomplished, and to watch her ascend to these huge heights of success in the business, that I don't think about myself much now. I think that to be 71 years old, to be on a long distance Zoom call with you, discussing the business, being asked opinions about other people that are 20 and 30 years younger than me, 40 in the case of my daughter, and my know that my opinion matters, is rewarding enough. How's that? When I go to the shows, all the talent shows me the utmost respect. They're so good to me and so nice to me. And I know that there are so many guys that have participated in our business that would love to have that available to them, and they don't. Uh, it's available to me whether my daughter was there or not, and I'm just thankful for that. But like I said, I'm more focused on everything she's accomplishing, and when I go, I just love to catch up with all the kids. They're such great, respectful guys, men and young men and women, and I'm honored for so many more reasons than what I accomplished. But at the end of the day, I'll take that recognition. How about that? it's unlimited. I just think that I'm not. If she wasn't my daughter, I'd have to tell you I've never seen anything like her in my life. She is. I'm not going to call her the total package because that term's been overused, but she brings she's a star, and she's a huge star. I think that in my opinion, the biggest star of the company. Um, and there's a lot of great performers. I mean, Sasha, I have so much respect for her. I could go on the list, but Sasha and Asuka is just absolutely is phenomenal. I mean, they just have so much talent in that division when everybody's healthy, and to see her just accomplish one thing after another, and her passion and her love for the business um is is unbelievable. She's just like me. She's hooked. And when you're hooked like we are, like I am, like I was, and she is, it's your life. And everything else takes second. She is just so devoted and so conscious of being the best, wanting to be the best, wanting to represent the company, whether it be socially or, just, in other words, for social media or doing conferences or appearances, and most of all, participating in the ring. She loves it. So um, I could go on forever about what she's accomplished, and I think 21 will be huge for her. And I think it'll be huge for the women's division again. The secret is knowing where you are in the ring at all times and being able to see what's coming your way, especially if you enter early, because there's so much great talent, so many superstars that are qualified and good, and that you know can win. Sometimes it's luck, sometimes it's fate, sometimes it's skill. But when you have 30 people in the ring at one time, you can't always depend on skill. It's being in the right place at the right time, but it's being consciously aware of where you are and who's around you, for an hour, and or for whatever time frame you're in there. You just can't go charging in there and look for somebody you're upset with. If you do that, you have to know where the other people that you have to remember that everybody wants to win. They can be your best friend 5 minutes prior to being 5 minutes prior to the match starting, but when they're in that ring, they want to win because to have that notoriety of being a winner of the Royal Rumble, the WWE, whether it be the men's or the women's, is a huge moniker and something you can rest your laurels on for a long time. But at the same time, if you've won it once, you don't want to be the first one thrown out. So it's a huge challenge, and it's a very difficult match to work. People think that people are taking it easy. What they're doing is they're looking for the challenges that are ahead of them, catching their breath, and getting ready for the onslaught. Because it's a lot of people that want to win, and the stakes are high, the money's high. It's a big time match.